What's up, guys? Simone Fan 101 here, and this is my Raw review. Let's get this out of the way. We started out with Sasha coming out. I thought it was going to be like a repeat of what happened when she won the title last time on Raw. She's going to come out for the big speech and everything, and Charlotte's going to come out, which did happen. Things took a little bit of an interesting turn when Lana and Rusev came out. Basically interrupt them, saying that this was Rusev's show. By the way, Rusev came out with a way different facial. Rusev's been coming out for the past couple of years with mainly kind of like a beard coming out from right here. Now his mustache is completely shaven. His beard, for the most part, is completely shaven. He has the Wolverine look. He looks like CM Punk back in 2013 after he came back and turned face. That's what he looks like. You know, that was nice. Then this was basically just like almost like a circle jerk between the four. Who's the best? Who's not? Rusev tried to speak. Then Charlotte took the mic out of his hands. Rusev got the mic back. Then he tried to speak again. Then Sasha took the mic and basically threw it to the mat. Then Lana went to speak. Then because she was being bitchy, because they're all bitches in the ring, Sasha and Charlotte shoved Lana. Rusev went to check on her. The former BFFs, double kicked Rusev out of the chicken wing. Yes, the guy had too many chicken wings. Out of the ring, and then Reigns came out. This was a good, nice little segment, but I was a little bit weird that they just threw in two feuds together for one night. Like I know what the purpose was, but at least it broke up the monotony of yet another Sasha Charlotte match, or not promo like the victory speech. It would have been a repeat of what happened 2 months ago. Actually, now that I think about it, 3 months ago. After that, New Day came out. Not after the segment, I mean. After the segment, New Day came out for their match. Actually, Kofi Kingston did with New Day. They cut a nice little promo. I get the feeling, now that they're not feuding with Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, like their shtick is good again. It's like, whenever they do their shtick with Gallows and Anderson, it sucks. When they do it with anybody else, it's good. I get the feeling like, okay, yeah, now they're back to being what they were the first time, which is entertaining and then doing their own shit. This was to set up a match between Kofi Kingston and Cesaro. They had a nicely decent little match. I get the feeling though that Kingston and Cesaro, give them 20 minutes, they would kick ass. I think they actually did that on Main Event. A long time ago, back when Main Event actually meant something, back in early 2013. Kofi beat Cesaro. I didn't, even though it was a nice little match, I didn't give two shits about the match. What I loved was Sheamus. Sheamus came out to be the corner Cesaro. Not so much, because he was sitting on the steel steps texting. And then he went to shove Xavier, and Big E attacked him. That distracted Kofi. But then, he got the win on Cesaro. I distracted Cesaro. Got the win, and he lost to Kofi. So, just hammering the point that Sheamus and Cesaro don't like each other. They did it in a slightly creative way. Then, Bayley came out in a match against jobber Cammy Fields, and Cammy Fields got some offense in. This was like the last jobber match that Bayley was in, I mean. And, yeah, like the last one, this one sucked. The point of a jobber match is that if the person hits you, you're not supposed to sell. You're supposed to wrestle back and then beat them. That's the point. If they can do Bo Dallas squash matches better than they can do Bayley squash matches, there's something wrong there. Dana came out after the match was over. Bayley won, obviously. Dana Brooke came out after the match was over. She attacked Bayley. Yeah, basically, because you remember the week before, I mean. Last week, Dana attacked Dana tried to intimidate Bayley, and Bayley like screw you and threw her against the box, which got her hurt supposedly. Then this has nothing to do with the show almost, but we cut to Chris Jericho backstage ranting on somebody about his phone about a payday. Then RTruth comes up to him with the chocolate bar payday, and Jericho's like, no, payday, as in like money. And then Truth is like, sorry, and then he walked away with the bar, and Jericho's like, I didn't say I didn't want it, stupid idiot. And then when he says stupid idiot, he's like this. I love Jericho. Jericho is the best thing on Raw, right? I'll keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. Jericho is my favorite thing on Monday Night Raw, bar none. Next, we had a Cruiserweight Championship tag team match with the tag team of Lince Dorado and Sin Cara against Drew Gulak and Tony Nese. All these guys did good. I'm glad Sin Cara is finally in the Cruiserweight division. I just didn't like the fact that he was killed by Braun Strowman before that happened. But, okay, positive step. Sin Cara is in the Cruiserweight division. Okay, it's good. You know, have a veteran in there working with the younger guys. That's good. Even though technically, I guess you could say Tony Nese and Drew Gulak, while not in WWE, are certainly veterans. After that, we had Mick Foley and Stephanie backstage with Y2J and Kevin Owens. They were bickering back and forth. Actually, no, it wasn't even backstage. What am I talking about? Idiot. It wasn't backstage. Mick Foley and Stephanie came out for Mick Foley's Hell in a Cell address to make several Hell in a Cell matches. Mainly two. It would be Charlotte against Sasha inside Hell in a Cell for the women's title, the Raw Women's title, and Owens and Rollins inside Hell in a Cell for the Universal title. Now, I only have two things to say about this. One, that suit. Mick Foley's suit is just... What the hell is up with that? What the hell is up with that suit? Second, I didn't like that part of the speech, the Charlotte-Sasha thing, because Sasha, in the beginning segment of the show, already proposed to Charlotte, not in that way. She already made a proposition to Charlotte, saying that, look, you want your title back? Okay, but we're going to do it inside Hell in a Cell. And out of the three main feuds going on in Raw, Sasha Charlotte, Rusev and Reigns, and Owens I'll hold that in. I was going to say Owens and Jericho. Owens and Rollins. The match that deserved to be Hell in a Cell was Sasha and Charlotte. That feud's they've been feuding on and off since January of earlier this year. And they've been BFFs and they were friends for years, going back to their days in NXT. So, yeah. So, Sasha and Charlotte's at Hell in a Cell. Sasha gave the proposition. Charlotte already accepted. But then they had to say, oh, Mick Foley has to agree to this proposition. He has to sign on to the deal. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, really? And this is the one thing I love about SmackDown and hate about Raw. Do you have to have Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley hold your hands like, no, you can't do that. I have to do it for you. No. I like it when the feud was between the wrestlers, not between the wrestlers and, oh yeah, final decision's always up to the GM. What the fuck? It fucking sucks. Anyways, aside from that, Foley did sign on to the idea, so there's that. I still hated the fact that he even brought it up. It was not even a question. Jericho and Owens came out. They were mad that Owens had to be in the Hell in a Cell match. And they brought up the fact that, Owens could get seriously hurt. And Foley, he's been in a Hell in a Cell match before. In fact, it was a Hell in a Cell match that permanently crippled and then eventually ended his career. So yeah, Stephanie played babyface to come to the aid of Mick Foley to you know, yeah, she to come to the aid of Mick Foley and say how good man how much of a good man he is, and how how Foley, is the best at his job. He knows exactly what he's doing. This coming from the woman who just 2 weeks ago verbally castrated Mick Foley on live TV. This coming from that. Bullshit. Stephanie made the proposition that if Jericho faced Rollins later in the night and beat Rollins in a match, Jericho would be added to the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Triple threat match. Speaking of Rollins was backstage being interviewed. He says, he knows how the game works. Stephanie always throws in little wrenches in there to screw over Rollins. And, I like this new Seth Rollins. He's not he's not like babyface with like everybody else. Like, oh, now like me and Roman Reigns are best friends. You can tell they've been kept apart. Rollins is dealing with his own problems with his Stephanie McMahon, Kevin Owens, and at this point Chris Jericho, which makes perfect sense. Then we had Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, former members of the Outcasts, the Social Outcasts, come out for a tag team match. Apparently, we got some brief word backstage, or we saw a brief clip that Axel wanted to prove to Bo that he still believed in Bo, or believed in Bo, however you want to say it. If they were going to face Enzo and Cass, that did not happen because Enzo and Cass, during their entrance, right at the tail end of their entrance, they got their ass kicked by Gallows and Anderson. Straight up, like they got the boot of doom on Enzo. They got the magic killer on a Big Cass. I actually like this. As long as they can get away from the New Day and rebuild themselves, I'll be happy. But right now, Gallows and Anderson are just a dead act on Raw. They're not completely dead, but all their momentum was killed, dead, none, nada, not as if. Their momentum has been crushed because of the fucking New Day antics, and the serious Gallows and Anderson, when it comes to the WWE title division, tag team title division, too little too late. I'm sorry. So, instead, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas got a taste of Sami Zayn and Neville. That's right. Neville has finally been released from purgatory. Where the hell has he been? He's been in Superstars this entire time. That's where he's been. He's been on freaking Superstars. He has not been in the Cruiserweight division. Apparently, they might be teasing the idea of giving Sami Zayn and Neville a tag team. Even though Sami Zayn could easily pass for a single star and could be feuding with someone major on the main roster, and Neville could easily be working in the Cruiserweight division. Nope. They're putting him in a tag team, and apparently on commentary they were trying to put them over as like the first time they ever teamed together, even though just a few months ago they beat the Dudley Boys in a pre-show match at SummerSlam. Yeah. How dumb do they really think we are? Stupid. Apparently they think we're pretty dumb. I don't know what's going on here. It's just fucking retarded. We had oh yeah. So anyway, Zayn and Neville beat Curtis Axel, first with the haluva kick, then with the red arrow. Bo did not even attempt to intervene and help out Axel, and he just walked away. I get the feeling the next feud for Bo Dallas is going to be Curtis Axel. So yeah. We had Lana and Charlotte backstage. They bickered back and forth. Apparently, it was announced that Sasha will team with Roman Reigns, while Charlotte will team with Rusev in a mixed tag team match. And Lana straight up said, "Look, you may be the queen, but Rusev is like, they're just basically women bickering back and forth." That I didn't like. I wasn't a big fan of that. RTruth beat Titus O'Neil. Yes, RTruth and Titus O'Neil. Who the fuck cares? I don't. I certainly didn't care. I don't care about RTruth or Titus O'Neil. You might as well just fire both of them, because both of them at this point are completely pointless. Actually, no. Titus O'Neil would make a great ambassador. I don't know what the hell they would want to do with RTruth. We had TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick backstage, and what would have been a great backstage segment if, for one reason, so you know how TJ Perkins has the video game music and he's a gamer and everything? Well, they decided to give him video game talk in this segment. He said he was saying things like needing extra lives and remember when my N64 broke? Why would they do this to TJ Perkins? They made him look like it was supposed to be a heartwarming segment between those two and their past together. Instead, part of it came off as completely ridiculous because Perkins was talking video game lingo. Video game lingo is not what we want to hear on a wrestling show. I mean, I know I talk video games. You guys know that, but I'm not strictly a wrestling fan. I'm also a gamer and I'm also a movie buff. So there's that. Yeah, Kendrick tried, after he was walked away, Kendrick tried to attack Perkins. Perkins straight up punched him in the jaw, and he's like, I guess it was wrong. See, he wanted Brian Kendrick to go back to the person he was friends with. Strowman came out, beat two jobbers, they were called the Splash Brothers. One of them had this weird-looking wrestling attire, he had furry tights, furry short tights. My advice, unless you're in a freaking BDSM movie, never do that again. Never wear that ever again in public. Strowman talked on the mic afterwards after he killed both of them and stated, "Look, this is the global competition you gave me. Okay, yeah, it was one more person before, now it's 2 against 1, but it was still pointless and easy." So Braun Strowman's like, "Mick Foley, I want more competition. I want actual competition. If you don't give it to me next week, there'll be hell to pay. So tune in to next week. So then we'll see Braun Strowman kill Mick Foley. That would actually make me happy." We had Rusev and Charlotte face up against Roman Reigns and Sasha Banks. It was a nice little match. It was a good little match. Reigns and Sasha won. It's a good thing. I forget who took the pinfall, honestly. But Reigns and Sasha won. Good little match. Afterwards, we had Owens and Jericho backstage in a nice little segment. But that's not about. I honestly forget what they said because I only remember what happened next. Paul Heyman came out to talk about Goldberg being on ESPN and stating that he would like to face Brock Lesnar. Heyman came out, cut a pretty damn good. He always cuts a great promo. He had another great promo about Goldberg and the idea that he might come back for one last spear, one last jackhammer, and for one match against Brock Lesnar. He straight up said, "Look, the one blemish on Lesnar's career, he got beat by Goldberg on the way out back in 2004. Now he won, and this would be a perfect way to get some payback." Great segment by Paul Heyman. I love Paul Heyman. Perkins came out, faced Arya Daivari. So there's another guy who is going to be a Raw regular. Kendrick was on commentary. Kendrick was very good on commentary. We had Jericho and Stephanie backstage. That didn't matter. What mattered was, again, what happened next. What was a pretty damn good match against Chris Jericho and Seth Rollins. Damn, do these two have good matches together. this is the first match we've seen together. It's already a pretty good match. And it only got marred by the fact that Owens came out to run interference on like 1 or 2 occasions. Rollins beats Chris Jericho, so it stays a 1-1 match. I was saddened by that. I wanted Jericho to win. Owen tried to attack Rollins after the match was over. He failed. Jericho tried to help him attack, but then he got pedigreed by Rollins. Owens was up the ramp again, leaving his partner for dead. This is slowly building to the eventual split between Jericho and Owens, which I assume is probably going to culminate Survivor Series. Or maybe a Hell in a Cell. Who knows? So overall, this was actually a decent episode of Raw, and I read this online, I completely agree. If you take out all the filler, there's a lot more good than bad here. So the fact that it's 3 hours really sucks. So with that said, guys, I'll see you later. Have a good day. I'll be reviewing SmackDown next time, and peace.